Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Mirrorless Minutes, episode number 53. And it's funny, I just realized every time I do the intro, I chuckle a little bit, and I don't know what on earth that's about. I think it's just because I'm excited, super excited, because Mike is actually he's in Michigan.
Oh,
Didn't even know you knew where this state was anymore.
I had so much cleaning to do. You don't even want to. Oh, I better. You know what? Our thing just went live on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm watching ourselves talking to ourselves. Maybe I'll stop that.
Right.
Yeah. Phone away.
Hammer time. No, but seriously.
Whoa.
Okay.
You got
she joined.
you got like
That's
a
our
technology smorgasbord going on over there.
That's our special guest tonight, Siri. Yeah, home and the stuff and the desk looks clean that I'm on. That's because it's all sitting on the floor where you can't see it.
Well, if you haven't been home or in the state much lately, it should probably be either super clean or super messy from the last time you were sitting at it, I suppose.
And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's the messy part. So yeah, it's been nice to be back, and then I think November starts, and we go crazy starting from November 1st, and then I get 2 days at home between the 1st and the 17th.
Good Lord, man.
So,
Yeah.
but a big part of it is Olympus. So,
Yeah, without a doubt. You want to, we can
segue.
Yeah, let's lead off with that. We'll talk about that. So Mike's referring to is every year, one of the super cool perks of being in the Olympus Visionary Program is that Olympus has this. It's a summit, where everybody that's in the Visionary Program, we all get brought in, and it's like team building stuff. We're all hanging out for it's close to a week. And, they take us to do fun things, last year it was New York City. This year, again, we're flying into New York City and going to spend a couple days there with everybody else in the program, just hanging out and shooting and sightseeing. And just, it's great to get everybody together and just, we're a team. We're actually, we're not a team. We're like a family. Everybody gets along so good. It's such a fun time. But, once we get past the fun and games part of it, it ends up being we head back to Pennsylvania where their headquarters are in Center Valley, Pennsylvania. And we spend time at the corporate headquarters there. We have different types of meetings that we attend, and one of the cool things that we get to do is usually, and I'm hoping that it happens this year.
If not, we'll leave a list.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In the past, there's been this roundtable discussion, and generally we have the attentions, the eyes and ears of members of like R&D and design and the engineering people actually come in from Tokyo and sit down and talk with us and get our feedback on current equipment, likes, dislikes, suggestions, and stuff like that. And, 1 year we actually had Toshi Terada was there, which if you're an Olympus shooter, you probably know the name. If you don't, you should know the name. It was like this weird rock star moment for me to sit at the same table as him and talk and have his ear for a while. But, so that's kind of what Mike was leading into, is that we're going to be there. And every year, we've been putting it out there that while we're there, we have their attention, like I said, but it's a great opportunity for you guys to give us things to take to those roundtable discussions, to take to the people who can implement change.
Exactly.
And, Mike, do you have a special way or a certain way, people can get a hold of you or leave information with you?
I mean, definitely through this show on YouTube, and then I would take it anywhere. If it's Messenger on Facebook, if it's Mike at MikeBaining.com, I don't care. Any way that you can find, if you just go to my website, MikeBaining.com, and you'll find the 9 ways to get in touch with me. But I know you and I are so active on Messenger and Facebook. You're gonna get us one way or the other.
Yeah.
We'll try to prioritize the list, because I know last year when we went together, there were a few things everybody was asking for, and we certainly put those notices in there. And I don't think it gets done that year. But
right.
As you start to see, I think cameras like the Pen F, I think there were probably things, maybe not the time I got it, because this is my second time, but maybe somewhere in the talk in the past years with you, little bits and pieces come through in that Pen F that have been talked about. You know?
They listen, and they understand that, as time goes on, Mike and I are getting a bigger and bigger reach, through doing the Mirrorless Minutes show here and through events like out of Chicago and some of the stuff that Olympus has us doing in different locations at stores. So they value what you guys provide us. And to me, it's like, it's one of the most exciting things to be able to sit here and say, all right, you guys, what do you want? What can I take to Santa Claus, at headquarters and ask for? And it's cool stuff that people come up with, because you know how it is. You get focused. You're in a set way of doing things with your gear or what have you, and somebody else who shoots a completely different way, or a different different genre or different style, they have different ideas. And to see those come through, it's amazing what everybody comes with out there. And you can see the interest in the people at Olympus's eyes, when we start presenting some of these ideas. You can see them go, oh wow, well, yeah, no, that's great. No, that's great feedback. So, well,
I think things like the pro program. I mean,
yes,
I'm positive that came out of those kinds of talks.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah.
Even though we talked about it last year and still had suggestions, I mean, it's out, and we got to find out more about it to get it out there. But I think those are the kind of things that are really coming from it. Yeah. So, yeah, get us that information. It's exciting to bring it forward. And, I mean, a lot of people might follow Jamie or follow the show, but might say, oh, Jamie's a landscape shooter, might follow a lot of this work. Or if you're into street shooting, shoot us, shoot me some street shooting things that you want. Yep. I mean, I've already got a few that I want to improve on the Pen F. So I'm already thinking about that. But yeah, let's get those out there.
Yeah, it's like I said, I think Mike and I both consider it an honor to be able to represent, the people that watch the show, and the people who, follow what we do and, interact with us on a regular basis. So don't be shy. Just throw those questions out there. I don't care how crazy they sound either. You never know. You never know what's going to end up in a camera. I mean, for crying out loud, the stuff they're doing, between live composite and these high res modes and stuff like that, it's pretty mind blowing. So who knows? The sky's the limit when it comes to what's
exactly.
capable.
Yeah, why not let them know?
Yeah, and that's November 1st. Mike and I will arrive in New York City, New York. We'll arrive November 1st, and I think we're there till the 5th or 6th.
Yeah, Sunday, whatever.
Yeah, Sunday. We arrive on Tuesday. We leave on Sunday.
Right.
So just get the stuff to us, preferably before November 1st, because once we hit the ground, we're running, and it's nonstop for the entire time we're there.
Probably even like by the 31st, considering how much we'll have to do to get prepared to go.
Yeah, I have kids. I'll have to be out trick-or-treating. So, 30th would be good for me. And also, so another thing to mention, I guess, about that time that's spent over there with Olympus, at the same time, starting on November 4th, there is the InVision Photo Festival. It's sponsored by Olympus and a local, I don't want to say arts center. Would that be the proper term? I guess the Banana Factory is what it's called. They do all kinds of cool stuff. There's glass blowing, and they have different art programs and photography programs for people. But they get together every year, and they do this big photo festival. And there are different things happening at that photo festival. There's a photo walk that's being led by Frank Smith.
Yep.
On I think Sunday, the day Mike and I fly out. Frank is leading a walk, but there will still be other members of the visionary program there. I know Alex McClure was saying, who's going to be left to hang out with me? So, Alex will be there. Frank Smith obviously leading the walk, and other members as well. And I'll put a link in the show description that links to the InVision Photo Festival website, and I think they've got a schedule up there so you can see the different things.
Yeah, this sounds like there's classes you can take. It's got a bit of it's like out of Chicago, but even more so, there's other art that's there too, which is so cool. Like you're saying, like the glass blowing, the painting, and the society around that area, that Lehigh Valley
is cool.
Really, they're really engrossed in the arts.
Right.
And some good parties at night.
Yeah, is it Saturday night is the big night, right? Where
the large.
It's like a big party. I don't know any other way to put it. They usually have a band that's playing, and there's drinks and just socializing with everybody that's in the visionary program that's going to be there. Just come hang out with us, during that weekend. It's fun. It's cool to get to meet people. I think that was the first place I met Victoria. Actually,
was it?
Was it InVision? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a good time. So if you're in the Lehigh Valley area, November 4th, 5th, and 6th, and if you're not and you feel like going and hanging out, come hang out and party.
Yeah, exactly. Take a drive down and see it.
Yeah. We had people from Michigan do that. So
that's right. Well,
So,
what else is going on? You've got some stuff. Let's just keep it rolling with what's happening because we do
we're
have
just
some
cruising.
events.
All right. So, event wise, I've
Yeah.
got one actually this Saturday in Lansing,
Wow.
Michigan. There's a camera store there that they do carry the Olympus products, which is nice to know that there's people out there
Yeah.
doing that, especially local and so close to home
Yeah,
for me.
exactly.
We're going to be meeting up at WM Birchfield Park in Holt, Michigan at 9 in the morning on Saturday for a great morning nature walk. We're going to have some gear there for everybody to play with, have at least 300 millimeters there. I think I'm going to focus because it's a beautiful nature area with cool trails. I'm going to spend a lot of time focusing on shooting what wildlife we do come across and some macro work. I haven't done macro in a while, so I'm hoping to get some people there that are interested in doing those kinds of things.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So yeah, that's this Saturday. So that's October 15th.
Yeah, and they can still sign up. You got room, right?
Yeah,
you got some room, so sign up and.
Yep. And it's a free event, so it's an easy one. So if you're in the mid Michigan area and you're looking for a photo walk to go on this Saturday morning, come hang out. It'd be a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then let's see. I don't have anything else until after we get back from InVision, and that's going to be November 12th, I think it is, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I am super stoked to be back with my buddies at the Camera Mall, best store around. And I'm going to be doing a presentation on urbex photography. It's funny, like I'm going to show a bunch of nature stuff tonight. There is this other side to me, Okay, I'm totally straight up. I'm a Gemini, the whole two sides to me. I love nature, but there's something that I love about like that, just that gritty, like uncertainty, that comes with some urban exploration. So I'm going to do a talk on that. I'll share my experiences, some of the locations I've been. I'll talk a little bit about the legalities involved with it, and I'll definitely be throwing some disclaimers out there, about like I'm not responsible for you. But it'll be a good time, and I just love doing these events just to hang out and socialize with everybody. And
yeah, that'll be a fun event. And that one's free too, isn't it?
Yeah, no charge. Come on, let's come hang out.
Yeah.
So that's me, man. That's all I got going on. I've got 2 events and then I'm done for the year, I think.
Yeah. And I think I don't have anything other than the actual summit. That's going to be big.
Let's see, do you have time?
Yeah, and then I am trying to find some time. I know I'll be shooting though everywhere I go. I can tell you that.
Yep.
I've got some going back out. Actually, I'm going back. I got to get a hold of Alex. This is my way. If he's watching this, I've got to get a hold of him. I want to go back out to those domes. I'm back out in Phoenix. I want to go to the dome, so I'm going to do my own Arizona urbex.
There you go.
Want to get out there late at night if I can. But I think that's it. And the only things I've been doing, and I'll have some tonight to show on the share, is just I've been given a lot of time to volunteer photographers for American Lung Society, and tomorrow I'm doing Habitat for Humanity. And it's, if you can do that thing, those people just love to have real photography, because I think everybody that does like the walks, like the American Lung Society, everybody's got their cameras out.
Right.
But when you really get people together and you've got a little setup and you're walking with the people, it's really a lot more fun, and they like to see those pictures a lot better than everybody's iPhone picture with half the heads cut off and that type of thing. So it's been a lot of fun doing that. So I encourage anybody that feels comfortable getting out in front of people, volunteer your time once or twice a year. It'll make you feel a lot better too about yourself getting out there. So, but all right, what else? You want to do sharing?
Let's share. Let's do that. You want to go first? You want me to go first? I've got 5 pictures. I'm not rolling deep with photos today.
All right. Well, I'll go first, and you made that noise just now, so this first picture will be perfect.
Oh, it must be a horse.
I had to. Well, let me first say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 shots. I've got 2 more after that, but I got 5 shots that I want to show you with the 12 to 100. I was able to get that out of Jamie's hands. It was tough for one day, but we actually were together at Kensington, which we'll have to talk about. We'll finish the show with that. And I was able to get that 12 to 100, and I did that volunteer work for American Lung Society, and it was out at the Detroit Zoo. So of course you had to take some pictures. That lens, wow, I could see myself now traveling with that lens, and that would be it. Now that's really taking the kit down to nothing. But the the sharpness of that lens and where you can be to get in. You know, of course, I mean, this eagle, it's just amazing. But on top of the animals, which of course are fun to see, I wanted to show you what some of the pictures of groups look like and how clear and separated from the background. Some of the volunteers that are there handing out waters to the runners and that. How cool! I mean, just sharpness of that lens, and some of the people I was able to grab as they were walking in groups and that. And this last one I really like. That kid, I mean, just look, the eyes are so sharp. And I know we had Tracy on the show and Alex and Alex had that lens too. And I'm just amazed at the sharpness of the lens. I mean, this is going to be a killer lens. That's the best way to say it, I think, at this point. And then I'll show a couple others from the Kensington walk. I wanted to show this one. Everybody thinks it was taken with the macro. It was actually taken with the 40 to 150. Getting extremely close and trying to capture the reflections there in the water drops in the morning. And two quick other ones that really surprised me, and I shouldn't say they surprised me. I guess I should know this already, but the Pen F and those colors, this was shot in probably the most horrible lit area underneath a cover with horrible lighting. And just the colors, the sharpness of this family, this Indian family that had performed for us at a function that I was at with work. We were at a function outside Phoenix, Arizona, and just amazing what these colors look like coming straight out of the camera with that Pen F in the color profile 3.
That looks like it belongs in a magazine.
I know,
a big magazine.
So like, shot with the 17 millimeter, f1.8 and the Pen F, and it's JPEG, and there it is. I mean, boom, done.
Wow.
I'm still blown away by that. Then I had to show my rainbow shot from Niagara Falls. This was so cool because I was, as you can tell, and I don't really know if you can tell, but literally my feet, in fact, the shadow might be right there in the bottom. This is the falls. I was like leaning. I'm sure I was capturing somebody's attention. I know my wife was. Like, I really wanted to get out away from all the people, so I did my best to lean over, capture the actual falls right here with that darn rainbow and the big boat coming through. And Niagara Falls is a fun place to be, and if you ever get a chance to go, obviously everybody wants to picture falls, but I try to get something a little different with rainbows popping out of the falls. So yeah, those are some quick ones. But that lens, let's see if I'm trying to get this thing to stop, and maybe there we go. That lens, that's nice. That 12 to 100.
Yeah, without a doubt. Actually, my first 3 photos were shot with that one as well too.
I just,
and it's funny. I think I said it several times that when it was first announced, we were first told about it. I thought, okay, cool, another new lens. Yeah, it's cool. It's in the Pro line too, so it's weather sealed.
Right.
And then I got it, and I started using it, and the more I started thinking about it, I'm like, man, this is a one lens in the bag. That's all you need. And
you're weather sealed right out the bag too. And I don't know, the separation just looks different to me.
Yeah.
Like when I see the picture, the people there and the green, the trees behind them, something pops out, and you may not show over, YouTube, but I'm going to tell you on my computer, it's separated.
Yeah.
That's hard to do at F4 all the time.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. This is from the Kensington walk that Mike and I did last weekend, Kensington Metro Park in Milford, Michigan. And true to fashion, it looked like it was going to start off being a rainy day because, Mike and Jamie are doing something. It's going to rain. I tried to blame it on one of our viewers, Bob Panic, because Bob is usually also present when it rains, but he was away in Colorado and it didn't rain. So I thought, okay, I'm going to blame it on Bob, but Bob was quick to point out that there were cases where he wasn't there and it still rained. So darn it, it's still Mike and I, but it did clear up. Turned out to be a beautiful day. And I love this time of year in the woods because all the moisture ends up making for a lot of fungus, and I love shooting mushrooms. So this is shot with the new 12 to 100. It focuses close. Olympus seems to be like a thing that they're designing their optics around lately. At least it seems that way to me, that you have this close focusing ability on a lot of their lenses. Mike shot with the 40 to 150 of that flower. Perfect example. Same way with these mushrooms. I was right up on top of them And I was also extended out to 100 millimeters as well, so I could compress that background really good and just kind of blow it out there. The next shot, this is, I'm clicking on the wrong window. I'm such a goofball. Here we go. Let's try this. Did that change? There we go. Okay. So the next shot is of these ferns, and this one's straight out of the camera. I have no idea how I got such great color straight out of the camera. Maybe it's because Olympus JPEGs kick butt, maybe. So again, on the photo walk, again, 12 to 100, not at 100 millimeters though. This is somewhere around, like 43, I think it's weird that I would know that it was 43 and not like 40 or 45, but it was 43 millimeters. And this is with, all these are with the OMD EM1. And this last shot was actually not shot on the photo walk at Kensington, but this was shot at the campground that we camp at every weekend, up north of here. And this was shot with the 12 to 100 again, and this is at 100 millimeters. And probably not, like this technically perfect photo, but man, I just love this fly that just like snubbed his nose at me and photobombed this shot. I'm always looking for something goofy in nature, and I guess that kind of did it for me. The last two shots were from this past weekend. Spin up north, fall weather in Michigan is just incredible. And my family and my wife's sister and her kids, we all went to the beach. Well, I say to the beach. We went to the Lake Shore, this big park on the west side of the state along the shore of Lake Michigan, had all these boardwalks that went through all this dune land and this grassland that leads up to the beach. And up in the front there is my son, and my nephew Asher is behind him with the walking stick, doing his best levitation that he could do. And this with the Pen F and the 75 millimeter f1.8 and a custom mono profile. I love being able to make these profiles in the camera. I wish all cameras could do it like the Pen F does. I added my own vignette in the profile. It was pretty cool to be able to do that. I shot everything at that beach, raw plus JPEG, everything in black and white. And holy crap, I could have just shared everything from that. It was so fun to shoot just all black and white that day. After we got done at the beach, we came back, and it was pumpkin carving time at the campground. And again, 75 millimeter f1.8 on the Pen F. And this is with the vintage art filter. And man, I got a thing for the vintage art filter, and that's on all of the cameras, at least the newer ones, the OMD EM5 Mark II's got it. The Pen F's got it. The EM1's got it. And I think the EM10 has it as well. And I just like the look that it gives. It just kind of has this little feeling of sort of like nostalgia to it, so I like to play with that a lot as well. And that's it for my share. Short and sweet, fast. It was just fun to capture family.
I'm telling you, that black and white one, I did not see that. I don't know. Did you put that on Facebook?
No, I don't think that one went on Facebook.
Oh, man, that's the winner right there.
Yeah, thanks. That's fun.
That one has got to be printed. I could see that, and who'd you say that was your nephew?
Yeah, it was my nephew.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe I should run them a print of that one. It's funny.
That's just, it just brings back memories or whatever, of being a kid and running and, not really worrying about anything.
No worries in life, just running and being fun. Free without a doubt.
Especially if especially that area. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about, where it goes through the dunes and that. I remember seeing that. It's really neat. Yeah. How cool is that? So that Kensington walk, our Kelby photo walk. I mean, first off, what do we have? Well, we had, I don't know how many we ended up having.
There were 68 registered people.
Right.
And I think we had to be close to the 50 mark though.
I think so too. And there's what was it, 80% chance of thunderstorms?
Yes.
They were saying, and we still got, and it didn't storm at all. I mean, in fact, it got so darn hot.
Yep.
And humid by the end of the walk. I mean, everyone was, you could just tell had come prepared in rain coats and hats and
it was it looked like it was going to be the worst. It looked like it was going to be the typical Mike and Jamie are doing an event together thing.
Yeah, and it was great. It was great to reach out and talk to a lot to there, and some new ones too. That was fun to see.
That was totally awesome. It was cool. So I got to drop some names.
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
I'm going to start off too, though, since I just shared photos from this location, the black and white photo of my son and nephew running. That was at a park called Rosie Mound, in just south of Grand Haven. And one of the people that has been to several of our workshops, and she was at the Kensington Walk, Sandra Jaranowski. She is the one who told me about that park. And it's funny because we were at the campground, and I told my wife, I said, man, there's this park I want to visit this weekend. And my wife said, no, I got another one. I want to go to this Rosie Mound. And I was like, that's the one I wanted to go to. I said, I was just talking about it. So I wanted to thank Sandra for that, even though my wife already planned it out, whatever. We were going to go there regardless.
Right.
And then Mark Houston showed up and brought gifts. So let me back up. Okay. I get so far ahead of myself. I need to thank borrowlenses.com. Borrow Lenses has been like a big supporter of a lot of what I do. I've written articles for them. They've provided stuff for photo walks that I've done and for the Kelby walks. And they're just an awesome company. If you want to try out a piece of gear before you invest in buying it, rent it from there. And if it's a piece of gear that you're going to need, but you don't need to buy it, just rent it from them. Or if you're curious about something, rent it from them. You can rent computers. I just sent somebody to them today to get a color calibrator for their monitor. So Borrow Lenses, thank you. Alex at Borrow Lenses, thank you so much. You're super killer. You always take care of me. Thank you for that. And White House Custom Color supported the photo walk too. They gave us some killer prizes and these cool inspiration kits, to kind of guide people along the way, doing, portraiture and product arrangements on their walls. But Borrow Lenses gave us two $200 gift certificates to give out at the walk. White House Custom Color gave us two gift certificates. One was for a print up to a 20 by 30, all the way up to including a metallic printed on metal print. It's a high dollar prize. Yeah, without a doubt. So those two hooked us up quite a bit. Lens Baby, love Lens Baby. Hard to see, but hey, I did it the right way this time. There we go. I always do this backwards right there. There's a Lens Baby Composer Pro up there. Love my Lens Babies. And also want to mention that they have a new product out, the Trio 28, which I'm hoping to review for you guys soon. Lens Baby supported the walk and gave us a gift certificate to give out to somebody for one of their products as well. So thank you to the corporate sponsors of our walk. And then we could also go on to the not corporate sponsor of the walk, Mark Houston, a friend of ours through social media and also a Michigan resident as well. He works for DTE Energy here in Michigan, and he raided their marketing closet and brought us all kinds of cool stuff. Actually here. So I've got one of their lens cloths right here, and I actually have some whiskey tumblers downstairs in the cabinet that he brought as well.
I've already used
tumblers.
Glasses.
So I. Yep.
Yeah, because they say Detroit Grand Prix on it, and obviously that's pretty close, near and dear to me. I said, "Oh, geez, yeah, they're awesome glasses." Yeah,
totally cool. So thank you, Mark, and DTE Energy for supporting our walk. That was totally awesome and unexpected. Didn't see that coming.
Right.
And I also I have to name drop these two people. I have to name drop Bob Remashevsky, badass that I can say his last name. If you've seen how it was spelled, you'd say, "How did you even know that?" Bob told me. Bob drove all the way here from Wisconsin. So that's like 7 hours of driving, I think.
Oh, yeah. At least.
It's cool. So I've actually got to hang out with Bob a couple of times this year. Plus he was out of Chicago.
Out of Chicago. Yep.
So thank you, Bob, for coming. We love that you're so enthusiastic and a great supporter of what we do, and it's always cool to hang out and shoot with you. I actually hung out with Bob like the whole time pretty much. And also Bert Armstrong and his wife Jean came in from Canada. They're up towards the Toronto area, so they had a haul as well too. It was like I think a 4 or 5 hour drive from them.
I was gonna say 4 or 5 for sure.
Yep. And they had to cross a border to do it, and they had to deal with exchange rates and all that stuff. So thank you, Bert and Jean, for making the drive down. It was cool to meet you guys in real life, other than this internet.
Just talking.
So there's my shout outs. Had to give the shout outs. I have no idea what we were even talking about with me leading up to it.
Well, but, Kensington. The Kelby walk was great, especially compared to what I thought we might get for sure. I was worried with the rain. But again, I think everybody coming out, and it's a great place to have the walk.
It is beautiful.
It's just there's so many trails. You lose a lot of people at the same time. You're like, hey, I wonder where everybody went.
Yeah, that's a great point. We had like 50 plus people there. And when my little group, when I say little, I think there were like 5 of us in the group, we got walking and we barely saw anybody else the entire time.
Same thing. I mean, we barely ran into anybody the whole time. So it is definitely a lot of fun. you got to keep doing that for sure every year.
Yeah. Yep. Come to Michigan, people. Come hang out with us.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's about all I've got tonight. I didn't really have any news other than I wanted to actually mention that Lens Baby Trio 28. Go to the Lens Baby website and check it out. And it's for mirrorless people. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what's cool.
It's cool. It's like one lens. It's like a turret style lens. So you put the lens on the camera and you can actually rotate through 3 other different optics that they make. That's cool. So you don't need to worry about changing out to different products to get 3 different looks. And it's always the sweet spot of their optics, because if you've ever used a Lens Baby, you know that once you start getting off axis from the sensor, you get a very distinct look. I'll just say that. It can be tricky to use. If you're not creative, it can be a little intimidating at first, but this keeps the optics centered up with your sensor. So you're like in that sweet spot every time. So it's going to be easier for people to use. You don't have to worry about being as artistic all the time. You know what I mean? It's hard. I don't know how to word it. If you haven't used a Lens Baby, you don't know what I'm saying. It's like using a tool. But
it's go to their website too. They got a lot of great stuff there as far as instruction and how their things work.
Yeah,
and they are artistic though.
Yeah.
So
I guess
that's probably it. Good show. Quick, easy. Check in. Big thing is the summit. Get us a question. Get us some things that you'd like to see. We want to take them. Be your representative for you out there.
Yeah. Support your local Olympus representative.
Right.
All right. I guess we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks, and then after that, maybe if Mike and I can figure out a way to make it happen, I would love to do some sort of a live broadcast from New York. Maybe we'll have something fun to share or do with you guys. I don't know. New York's a crazy cool city, so
it's crazy. Yeah, I bet you'll see some live Facebook posts.
Oh heck yeah, without a doubt.
We're gonna see.
All right. Well, I guess we'll talk to you guys in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, Mike. Travel safe.
All right. Take it easy. See you guys.